The relationship between Eve and Anissa is at best complicated and at worst disturbing. I was hoping that they would have a serious fight in the comic books, but they didn't. So I decided to do it myself, Atom Eve versus Anissa. Okay, first let's figure out how strong both characters are, what their abilities are, and how fast they are to see who wins this battle. We first are going to start with Atom Eve, and then we're going to end it off with Anissa. For abilities, Atom Eve can manipulate atoms and can create energy constructs. She's basically like a pink Green Lantern, I guess. With this power, she could fly and use her energy constructs to lift people and objects up. She could also slam and smash her constructs into people, and she could create and shape her energy into anything she imagines it to be. If she dies or is at near death, her powers automatically revive her. When she and Mark were killed by Thrag, she fully revived herself and Mark automatically. She also revived herself when Conquest killed her. However, she can't really control it, it just happens, I guess. She could also manipulate the atomic structure of objects and turn them into things as long as it's not alive. Like she turned a textbook into glasses, and she created a treehouse out of thin air. And last but not least, her abilities allow her to affect people's minds and change their memories. And with her full power unleashed, she could warp reality. Yeah, she is incredibly busted, and if it wasn't for her nerfs, she would be like the strongest character in the series, I'm not gonna lie. Now, in terms of power, Eve is anywhere from multi-continental to moon level plus in AP. She could hold back Conquest for a while and severely damage Conquest back in Season 3. And in the comic books, she has her energy armor, which is strong enough to fight a horde of hybrid Vultimites that were a part of Thrag's army. Her durability is also the same. Her shield tanked a beam that was stated to level entire cities and destroy civilization, and her shield held off a barrage of punches from a dozen hybrid Vultimites. Now for speed, Eve is faster than light to faster than light plus. She reacted to and blocked attacks from Conquest and even got several hits on him. However, she did lose in the end, and she also fought Thrag's hybrid Vultimite kids, which are comparable to actual Vultimites like General Craig, and could stop a fight between Mark and Alan. Okay, with Eve scaling out of the way, let's move on to Anissa. For abilities, Anissa is pretty cut and dry. She has great hand-to-hand combat, she could fly, and since she's a Vultimite, she's incredibly fast and strong. And she could also breathe in space. In terms of power, she has moon level to small planet levels of AP. Anissa could easily overpower Season 2 Mark, and in the comic books, she's even stronger. Anissa was about to kill both this robot Gelderin and Thaddeus at the same time. This is the same Thaddeus who could destroy a planet with the help of Mark, Nolan, and Space Rider. Thaddeus then gets saved by Nolan and he punches Anissa away. Anissa then comes back, punches Nolan away, which damages him. So her durability should be the same as her attack power. Anissa tanks hits from strong characters like Nolan, Mark, and Thaddeus, and Alan all the time. In terms of speed, Anissa is faster than light plus to massively faster than light. She could keep up with Nolan, Mark, and Alan, and this is the same Nolan who could fly to another galaxy within a week. Also, this is the same Mark who could travel to a different planet by himself. Now, with Anissa and Eve scaling out of the way, there's a pretty obvious winner to this fight, but it's actually closer than you'd think. Anissa just has more raw power and speed than Eve. While Eve has more unique abilities, she has a lot of mental barriers that stop her from using her full power. And while she could revive herself, she really doesn't have control of it. And if she does revive herself, Anissa would just kill her again. Her shield barrier could hold her back a little, but as we seen in her fight with Thrag's kid, she got overwhelmed by Usurol and died. The same thing happened with Conquest. She managed to hold him back a little, but ultimately he overpowered her and she died again. Now, if her mental limiters were off and she could use her full power for an extended period of time, then I would think she could win. Eve, although not as strong as Anissa, is shown to be able to hold her down with her power for a bit. And with her full power unleashed, she managed to injure Conquest so bad that she melted parts of his skin off. And if she can control the regen factor of her powers, then she could keep healing mid-fight. Also, her mental limiters don't allow her to manipulate the atoms of living beings. With that turned off, she could easily bypass Anissa's Vultramite durability and defeat her. So in conclusion, if Eve has her mental limiters on, she would lose to Anissa, but if she has her limiters off, then she could win against Anissa. Granted, it would still be extreme difficulty. So that's all for this video, guys. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe, and let me know your opinions in the comment section below. And I'm out of here. Peace.